Hi, it's Lindy, and I've got a presentation that I did for the Oklahoma City WordPress meetup at the end of April 2020, and it was going over some of the main new features in WordPress 5.4. So why don't we go through it? I took much of this presentation from the WP Beginner blog article from April 1st, which you can go and visit here in these show notes. And I've also posted this on SlideShare and LinkedIn. And I'll be putting it on my blog too. But thanks so much to WP Beginner because they have great content on their site. Probably most of us have already upgraded to 5.4 and you're used to seeing this new welcome screen when you get there and a few introductory notes about it. So let's go over the new things. There is a new detailed guide that you can see. It is pointed out here, but we'll see it over on the right side of our screen. There's also help that's always available in the Backstage view, and you can just type in a few keywords and you can probably find what you're looking for right there, but if not, you can go and check out the detailed guide. So some of the block editor improvements. These were done mainly for content creators, people who use it every day to create blogs and things like that. They've upgraded, they've changed, and they've added some new blocks. Full screen editor is the default in 5.4, but if you've just upgraded your current site, when you log in and you start adding a new post, you will see what you usually see when you are adding a post. But if you have a new installation of WordPress, or if you're maybe accessing your site from a different browser or different computer, you may see the full screen. And if you don't like that, you can click on the editor settings and uncheck the full screen mode. And WP Beginner has an article that you can see. There's a link here on how to permanently disable the full screen editor if you don't care for that. And here's a picture of what it looks for. Like here's what it looks like. Here's the top toolbar. Spotlight mode just focuses on one block at a time. And you can see I've got mine on the top toolbar. I do like to have toolbars. If I'm really focusing on writing something, I might put it in the full screen or do my writing elsewhere and then upload it. That's how I prefer to work. You've also got your visual and your code editor down here, and some other tools are over here. But you do get lots of real estate if you enable that distraction-free writing. This is a new block, the social icons block, and there are 39 of these that you can rearrange and in any way that you like. These are links to your social media profiles. They're not follow buttons. So these, when you put your URL in there, they will take people over to your site. Okay, next is the buttons block. There used to be a button block, but now it's plural because now they are allowing people to add more than one button. These buttons can be styled with gradients, background colors, and even images. And I believe there's a couple styles, maybe rounded and the square. So you can check that out. And then next, a big change that people wanted was the ability to change your font color from within a paragraph. Usually if you had a text box, you could only use one color, and people didn't like that, and I wouldn't like that either. So now you can highlight part of your text and change it to a different color. Some other block changes we can see over here. The Add Block tool is now over on the right for all blocks, and you won't see the recently used blocks anymore. Instead, you start typing the name of the block that you want. A new feature of this version of 5.4 is the ability to select text from within a block, like we just said, and apply the color to it. And you can also do a background color and gradients for a cover block as well as any block, which is pretty cool. Here's a sample of what it can look like. Here, this looks like a block with 3 columns, and the background is the blue, and then we've got 3 images in here. And you can see over here, here are some of the tools for changing the color, text color, background color settings. And you can also change your number of columns in here as well. Also new for this version is a block breadcrumb bar. Now when you're in a block, look down here to your lower left and you will see the hierarchy of where you're at. So that's kind of nice if you're way in a block and you want to come back out, and you can just click one of these to go to the level that you want to be at. So that's kind of nice to see where you are. There's also a new select tool. Usually when you're up here and you're editing, there's this little edit pencil, but you can use this select tool and you can use that to highlight a block or a whole block, and it'll put a line around it. And you can do your editing, then do editing from within there. Featured images. Adding featured images while you're composing is a new feature. Now you don't have to click on featured image and go to your media library and upload it. If you have one in your in Windows Explorer or whatever, you can just drag and drop it right to the window where you're composing. So that's a nice thing that you have now. Also, if you have a gallery in your post or page, now you can set the image size right from your composing screen. You don't have to go into the gallery and say, I want all my images to be large or medium or whatever. So that is another change in the block system. And if you are a blogger, they've improved your latest post block. You see this in a lot of different people's blogs, that they've got a little snippet of their article and then a featured image to the side, and then the read more. Previously, the Gutenberg did not allow for these featured images to be shown. And I hope there's, and I haven't tried this, but I hope there's a way to put the featured image, maybe if you wanted above the title, because it looks like a lot of these images, they're cut off quite a bit. And dashboard health, that's the last thing we'll talk about. This is kind of nice to keep you apprised of what's going on with your site. It may tell you, like this was a site that I spun up just to play around with Gutenberg, and it looked like my web host put it on PHP 7.2.29, and I think WordPress is recommending at least 7.3 right now. And the site's so new, I don't have HTTPS on it yet either. So this will be at the top of your dashboard after you log in, so keep track of that. Then last, we're going to see what's coming in WordPress 5.5. We've got automatic theme and plugin updating, full site editing, global styling, and that's expected in mid-September. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and give 5.4 and Gutenberg a try yourself if you haven't yet. I hope you benefited from seeing this slideshow, and I'd love to connect with you over on LinkedIn or Twitter, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and look for my name, Lynn Dye. Thanks so much.